What's up, guys? Team Stamp West here, and this week I got Alex, of course, with me, running the technical side of things, and we also got the Michigan legend himself, Tim Barham.
Okay, Tim. Thanks again for joining us. We've got a few kind of background questions. Some people might know you, surprisingly enough, for those of us who live in Michigan. So you recently shared a post to your Facebook about your early days of disc golf, setting up a 6 or 9 hole course in your yard. So kind of run us back through that, and how did you find the game, and how did it grow on you?
All right, well, I think I started playing like a lot of other people did, a group of friends just looking for something to do. We found one of us had a few frisbees, so we went out on a course and played. And right away, I think I noticed that I might be good at it. I ended up finding a frisbee on that same course the next week, and that was my first disc, and I took it back home and threw it nonstop. And that what got me to the house. I was there. I live on a farmhouse, so we had plenty of land. So I was throwing in my fields all day, every day before after school. And I eventually made my own baskets out of wood. My dad was a carpenter, so I had access to all his stuff, luckily.
Nice.
And that was it. After school every day with my friends. And when I wasn't throwing at the course, I was throwing it in the house, and pretty addicted pretty quick.
So, what was the course that you grew up on? What was that first course for you?
Yep. That first course was in Kensington, the same location that hosts the toboggan. They had an original course called what was it called? The tunnel course. And that course actually got pulled out and moved to the other side of the street the first year I started playing. So I got to play there for one season before it switched to the other side.
Oh wow, that's really cool. So you were talking about those first discs, and now you're quite a while in, and you got discs with your own name on it, in the Buzz SS. So talk to us about that. What's that like getting your tour series, and how's that feel?
It is definitely a humbling thing. Even talking about it now, it just makes me smile. It's crazy to believe that I get so much help from a company. It's amazing still. But yeah, the disc itself is great. It's one of my favorites. I've been throwing the Buzz SS for forever. So having my name on a Buzz SS is pretty much the dream come true for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I was actually looking through some of the videos, just kind of doing my homework on you, and in every video I saw that you were talking about discs, you talked about how the Buzz SS is your go-to. So could you give us like what makes that disc so special to you, and what makes it fly
right? I think it is a disc that has easy manipulation. I don't have a ton of snap or arm speed. I don't throw soft, but I can't really snap a buzz dead straight very long ways like some of the other pros can. For me, I like to release most of my shots on a small hyzer. It's kind of my consistent release as a small hyzer. And with the Buzz SS, it'll stand up and go straight a long ways, or I can get it to turn over or fade whichever way I'd like.
That's awesome. So you actually just mentioned something that I'm kind of curious about is you say you don't have as much snap as some of the other guys, but here you are making headlines. It seems like every weekend you play, right up there at the top. So if you're not the huge bomber, what is it that makes your game catch up with the big guns? How do you change your plan to make it so you're making up any strokes that you might lose in distance?
I'd like to think maybe it has something to do with being able to. The scramble rate is one thing, and that has to do with being able to throw so many different types of shots. I can throw sidearm, backhand, both rollers, both overhands. and I'm pretty consistent and accurate and feel comfortable throwing all shots. I guess I get a decent amount of practice in with all of them. And that gives me a little bit of leverage on, say, a lot of the other players that are only have pure backhand or only one or other. Other than that, I started thinking about each course in particular beforehand. I have a game plan, I kind of stick to it. There's holes that I know that I might not have such a good attempt on. I won't even attack it off the tee. And I'll have that game plan going in. Say Macbeth goes out to a course, he is attacking 18 holes. I might be only trying to birdie 14 of those holes. And just making sure that I don't take some high numbers. And that's kind of where I'm at now. As I'm shooting better, I've been kind of making sure that I'm not taking those not so smart strokes. And I think that's kind of getting me up there a little more often.
Yeah, and by getting you up there a little more often, you mean your highest rating ever, and if I heard correctly, the highest rated player in the state of Michigan as well. Ever. So, what's that journey been like? What's been clicking?
It's been great. I mean, so far every year I've been able to do, or I've been able to go out and obtain my goals each season, and the fact that I was able to get to the 1020 mark earlier this year, now that I'm at the 1025, it feels great, and I know I can do a little better. I don't feel out of place at 1025. At the same time, I know it's not always going to be that easy. I just got back from being on the road for 3 months, and I think that had a lot to do with it, to be honest. While I'm not on the road on the RV, my focus every minute of every day is pretty much disc golf, and I think that had a little say in my rating jumping.
Gotcha. So it's one last question for me. You said that when you're out on the RV, you've got that full focus. I was actually looking at the last few years, and you do the first swing mostly, all the way through Jonesboro, kind of the first southern swing, and then you come back home. And it's wild because I was looking at it, and you've got these great finishes down in these other tournaments. You come home and you just tear it up. I think I saw like 5 ones in a row. So is it that you don't like the Western swing, or it's just kind of that's when you want to come home and get settled in before you go out and do another tour?
I'm kind of in the boat where I'm a touring player that still has a home life. I'm not saying that some of the other players don't, but I have a great female back at the house who is very, very supportive. So I'm able to be on the road for up to 6 months out of the year, but I have to spend some time here. Yeah. So I look at it, the beginning swing is always great. I don't want to miss those events. Whenever we shoot out west, it's likely a little more expensive and less profitable for me anyways. So that's just a little bit of the time I can spend at home, spend in Michigan, play some events here, and make sure I'm practicing still and still playing and get ready for the East Coast swing every time.
I mean, smart golf, smart man. That's just I was looking at it and I was just like, that's pretty much the perfect setup. You go do that first swing, and then you get this back end swing as well. So that's really awesome. I think Wes actually now has something for the guys out there too. So what you got, Wes?
We always got a giveaway. Special thanks to Discraft. They donated these discs. So this week we got a first run Z Vulture. Vulture's in your bag, Tim?
Sure is.
Yep.
I love the Vulture.
Absolutely great fairway, stable fairway, tons of glide, a little straighter finish maybe than the Onyx, at least for me. So really nice fairway. To win this, or to enter to win this, let's get this video. We'll keep it easy. 25 thumbs up, 25 likes, and then comment your favorite scramble shot. Tomahawk, thumber, maybe a flex forehand, whatever your favorite scramble shot is. Drop it in the comments below, like the video, and I will pick a winner in a couple of days after this gets posted, and we'll get this shipped out. So we're going to jump on to our next question. Obviously, you're a Michigan legend up here. You've traveled around the country playing different courses in different regions. what makes Michigan disc golf special, maybe both as a whole and to you?
I think what makes Michigan disc golf special is what got me started into the game to begin with is friends. I've met so many people and made so many friends through this game. And while I'm thinking about Michigan, I'm thinking about all the home courses that I get to play, all of the standard courses, all the people I get to play with, everything to do with that. When I'm thinking of Michigan golf, I'm thinking of awesome people, home courses, courses that are more wooded, more technical, and what else? Obviously, discraft when I think of Michigan.
Yeah, how can you not? So obviously we have the USDGC going on. Started today. A lot of activity there. We got tons of team discraft people. We're not going to talk about Paul.
Yeah, yikes.
I know. I think we're all a little shocked about that one. But have you played at the USDGC before?
I have. I actually was able to play. I think about 3 years ago.
Yeah, and I mean, what are your thoughts on the course? Like, what makes that course so difficult compared to some of the other courses we see on tour?
That course is amazing. The way they treat everyone there is secondhand to none. Like, that's why everyone goes back. It's the most professional event all year by far. But the course itself is very difficult. They have the out of bounds on both sides of almost every hole.
Yeah.
And I see that it seems pretty tough out there today for a lot of the guys. I heard that the OB ropes or lines are even a little bit tighter this year.
Oh, wow.
That's my guess, maybe. That and some maybe conditions out there caused a few problems for some of the guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to jump to our fan question. We put out a post on the Underground Interviews page to get a fan question. I think this is probably something we'll do pretty regularly. And so this one comes from our pal, Brian Wolf. And he would like to know. What's that?
Wolfpack, shout out.
Wolfpack. I think. No. So Michigan is jam-packed with great courses. Can you give us your 3 favorite courses around Michigan?
Yeah, this is actually a common question, so I have a decent answer. My favorite course in Michigan is Whiskey Creek.
Oh, really?
Yep. I've only been there once, and the day that I was there, I played it 2 times straight through because I enjoyed it so much.
Nice.
My number 2 is probably Bluegill. That place is obviously a ton of fun. Shout out to Joe Gill, who does a brilliant job with that course. And then my 3rd spot is going to go to Independence Lake County Park.
No way.
No,
which is the course that not a lot of people know about. It's kind of in between Kensington and Hudson Mills.
Nice.
That's crazy. So just a personal thing. I actually got my first intermediate win out at Indy Lake this past weekend. So,
that's awesome. Congrats.
So that actually makes me feel good. Like, that's really awesome that that's your favorite. So what about that course? Like, because there are so many really famous courses, like Les said, like Toboggan. What brings Indy Lake back all the way up there?
I like Indy so much because they take such good care of the course. It's expensive to get in. You got to pay $10 to get a park or something. But you see that money on the course. They've done more to that property than I've ever seen any park do to a course. They literally made a hole. I think it's might be the biggest ever man-made disc golf hole, where they moved probably I don't know how many tons of dirt to make this huge giant hill, and up on top is a basket, and on the sides a basket.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was all necessarily for disc golf, but it turned out really cool for disc golf.
Yeah, it did. That's so cool. That's wild.
Nice. I'm gonna throw in one more bonus question because I really want to get more questions for our future videos. This one comes from Chris Kearns, and he wants to know: have there been adjustments to your mental game that kind of help you take it to the next level?
That's a definite yes. Obviously, mental has so much to do with this game, and it's always going to be an up and down type thing where you're never going to be quite in the same mood. And I think mentally, so far, the past season or so, I've been able to be more relaxed when say something bad happens. I know it's easy to get upset, and I still maybe show some anger here and there at times, but I think I take things all around more easily, and I'm trying to stay more level through the entire event. And it definitely makes things easier, and I definitely think I'm getting better at it. And I think that might be another thing to do with why I'm playing better at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think that's some great advice for players of all levels. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Try and stay even keeled.
There's always another event the next weekend, and there's always it's not the end of the world because a putt didn't stay in or something, or you went out of bounds by a little while. There's always the next time.
Yep. Sweet. Well, that's all our questions. Just kidding. We got some rapid fires. First, we need you guys to make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, roll it.
Do you want to watch more awesome videos? We know you do. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, turn on that notification bell so that you're notified every time we post new videos here at Underground Interviews.
Okay, we're back. What do you got, guys?
We got 10 rapid fire questions. Last video or two, we forgot about these, but we're bringing them back. Rapid fires, answer them as quick as you can. If you need a half second to think about it, we'll allow it. So first, rapid fire. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
You need a birdie to win the tournament. Which would you rather have as your finishing hole? Wooded par 4 or wide open par 3?
Wooded par 4.
I knew you'd say that. This one actually comes from Allison Burns. So another fan question here. Which competitor do you think pushes you the most during tournament play?
Definitely, any of my homies that I'm playing with at that time, friends tend to push me real well.
Nice. What is your favorite name for a dog?
Scrappy.
Scrappy. That's your dog, right?
Yeah.
Your top 3 finishers at USDGC?
Yikes. Man, I obviously can't pick homeboy. Let's go with, I like Clemens, and I like to keep Eagle up there because he hasn't done very well. And let's throw in, I didn't see where, oh, shoot. Who's the wild horse?
Who's sneaking in?
I can't pick my third guy. I'm gonna go Dickerson, Clemens, and Eagle.
All right. Fair. Day on the river or day on the beach?
Day on the river.
What is your favorite song to listen to prior to competing?
I've been jamming a lot of The Greatest Showman. What is that? The soundtrack?
Yeah, that's like one of my favorites. I love that soundtrack. Last hole, you got a 1-stroke lead. There's a 300-foot island, wide open. Are you throwing forehand or backhand?
Backhand.
Ooh, I thought for sure you'd go forehand.
I know.
Who is your favorite Team Discraft teammate?
Favorite teammate? You're gonna get me in trouble, brother. I'm gonna yell out like 12 names. I mean, whoever I yell out first is gonna. All right, I like John Perry. I like Prince. I like Corey Ellis. Man, dude, I like everybody. This isn't fair. I like
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a loaded question, brother.
I know. We always get a tricky one or two in here. And last question: who would you like to see on the show next?
Ooh, I would like to see Chandler Fry on the show next. That guy is a rock. He's so interesting. He's awesome.
He is great. We've had him on once or twice. I'd love to have him on again. He's one of my favorite people because you can't pick a favorite.
I feel like I gotta pick one more if he's already been on.
Who else you got?
Who else? Who am I very curious? I want to see. Reed is a very interesting person. I'd like to see more about him.
I like that. Had a good day at USDGC too. Maybe we can get him in after the tournament to talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, hopefully keeps up the good work.
Yeah, and Reed. Awesome. Well, that's all we got. I want to thank Alex, of course, for running the show with me, and we want to thank you, Tim, for joining us. And we wish you the best of luck with the off season, and if you got any more tournaments.
And Wes,
thanks a lot, guys.
Wes, don't forget to
make that putt.
Dang.